My name is Mia Lisinski, and I'm a design researcher for Sylver Consulting.
I'm Brianna Sylver, president and founder of Sylver Consulting, and today we're here to talk about Symbolics.
Symbolics reveals the perceptions and beliefs that lie under the surface for consumers about a brand, product, or service. So broadly speaking, Symbolics helps with market positioning and design direction. We're learning about consumers' inner associations, so that can be associations with your brand in comparison to competitors, or associations with your brand today compared to the brand you want to grow into.
It's really well suited to support building brand activation visions, to build brand strategies, as well as then to fill innovation pipelines. So the value of this is that it's really tapping into what is within the hearts of the individuals in which our clients are trying to serve.
The three phases of Symbolics are prepping the stimuli set, running the Symbolics program, and analysis.
So the goal of phase one is to create a very robust stimuli set that explores a variety of territories of response that could come to the question that's being asked of individuals in the study.
And during this stage, we're using a smaller group of consumers to determine what kind of images and words would be important to include in that library for the larger group of consumers to build out those expressions.
So when it comes to phase one, that creation of a robust stimuli set, that is something that we do together. It's a co-creative process. It definitely involves our client, but most often also involves consumers. And so we come together to basically explore all the various territories that need to be embedded within the stimuli set, which is a combined number of 310 stimuli elements. But more importantly, what our clients walk away with is a really deep understanding of their brand, oftentimes much deeper than they understood it when they walked into the room that morning.
So the goal of phase two is to survey a minimum of 250 participants and to have them create these expressions through the Symbolics program, and we can use those artifacts later for analysis.
And essentially they go in and they build what we call expressions, or another word that's often referred to as collages. So essentially they are accessing these 310 stimuli elements and then building a collage that brings to life their response to the question that we have posed to them. And something I think is important to note for Symbolics is that we're not talking about a couple people doing expressions. At minimum, every study has 250 people engaged, but really, most of the projects that we do are upwards of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 consumers who are engaged in that process. Phase three is all about trying to understand what is it that we've learned. It's all about what is that deep qualitative insight that now we have at scale from an understanding perspective.
So in phase three, a Bayesian model determines which pairings of images and words are the most common out of all the expressions that large group of consumers made. So we, as design researchers, try to understand what do these pairings say about how these consumers are connecting to this brand or product. And then we can go on to tell the larger strategic story.
We do artistic analysis to really get to that deep qualitative understanding. Once we're done, we then wrap this all into a report. We're able to then create a variety of strategic models that really then support our clients to know where do they go next from a growth perspective. And the exact take of those strategic models differs depending upon what the question is that they've come to us for Symbolics. It allows for them to understand their brand at such a more nuanced level than they've ever been able to before. And the proof is in the pudding. We have tremendous numbers of success stories on the backside of this. We have brands who've gone through this, that they've lifted their top 2 box scores by 13 points within 6 months of having gone through a project like this. We also have, Super Bowl ads that have achieved the highest ratings of an entire company in their history as a result of going through an opportunity like this. And we have products that have hit the market that have exceeded projections that the companies have had for them. These are not one hits. These are continual things that happen as a result of this very nuanced insight that brands have to their consumers after embracing Symbolics.
So we're pretty well known for Symbolics, as it's something that is unique to Sylver, and it is a technique that we've had clients come back to again and again, specifically so they can run that study.
If you're a brand manager or brand insights person who's struggling to really connect at the heart with your consumers, I really invite you to reach out to have a conversation. Let's explore if Symbolics can be a good fit for you.